Okay, so we have a new game. It's called Blockchain. You can go to jeffandom.itch.io/blockchain and play our blockchain game. But you know what? Why don't we just play it right now? I want to see. Let's have a little competition right now, you and me, Dom, where we figure out
Ooh.
who can get the longest combo
Okay.
streak.
Are we playing in the browser or Mac app?
I'm playing in the browser. I'm just going
Okay.
straight for it.
I'll jump in the browser. I'm gonna play in Chrome to keep it honest.
Okay, okay. If we're doing it in Chrome, I'll do it in Chrome, and then why don't we take turns? We can take turns screen sharing, and
Love it.
we're just this is just going to be the battle of the century here.
Have you played a perfect game yet? Because I haven't.
No, I actually came close. I got a streak of 42, but then I lost because I was trying to you know how if you move your cursor out of the game will pause? Unintentional feature, but useful. I was trying to pause it so that I could screenshot, and my cursor was nowhere to be found.
No, that's not good.
And then I got hit. But you know what?
Then you got hit. Yeah.
Sometimes you get hit, or sometimes you get 42. 42 is pretty good, but it's anecdotal now. I do actually have a screenshot. You know what? Let me try to prove myself right now.
Yeah, if you have a screenshot of 42, that is impressive.
Yeah. All right. Watch, this guy's just going to kill me. Like the training dummy's going to kill me.
Oh, yeah. I feel like
I have played this game all the way through so many times at this point.
Oh, yeah. I've got the patterns memorized. So if you change the patterns, it's going to be fucked up.
Yeah, there are a couple things I do want to change about the patterns. It's just going to be hard trying to concentrate and talk to you at the same time. But yeah, you know what? Any gamesmanship is fair here. Oh, I already broke my combo.
Oh,
I already broke my combo.
This is a real riding a bike and chewing gum at the same time situation.
I wish there was a way I could heal the enemy so I can just increase my combo streak. Should I have audio going through here? Is that a problem?
No, it's
fine.
Oh
my God. My highest combo in this game is going to be like 5.
Are you even going to get the blockchain? Oh.
Am I even going to get a blockchain?
I want to put more on horrifics. I really want blockchain to be like 15 and not 9.
Oh yeah, I think we need to do like blockchain X1, blockchain X2.
Oh, that's brilliant. Of course, infinite blockchain. Maybe that's the place to put sequence as a joke.
Super blockchain.
This thing actually, it looks pretty good. I'm really happy with how well this is actually coming over across the stream too. So,
yeah.
Nice work.
All right, here's the tricky one.
Oh, got it. Once you get the slow timing down, it's good. All right, 19? 19's impressive. Don't let a Bobo mess you up.
This one, Bobo's, the wrestler's tough. The wrestler's tough. These slow ones, 2 in a row. That's Jeff Lee right there fucking with your game.
I want to include their names in here because a Bobo is just a really good name.
Oh, I don't want to use a Bobo directly. Oh, okay. I lost it.
Oh, no, that was like 23.
What was my streak at? Was it 20?
23. Wait, I got it on the stream.
Okay.
25.
25.
Oof,
that's going to be it.
Yeah, you can't get past that now. we got to put infinite mode in here. Infinite mode, I think, is actually going to be really fun. Blockchain. All right, can you beat the suit?
All right.
I saw a 25 and a 13, and that's 39 25. If you hadn't missed that.
Yeah. You know, I was talking, I was just talking
some big smack, yeah.
So, you know, Snazzy, who was formerly called Mature, that was the woman in the, what would you call it, outfit? It's like a button-down shirt up top and like a long split skirt on the bottom.
I kind of interpreted it as like a battle nun.
Battle nun. Okay, let's call her battle nun.
I thought she was a battle nun, yeah.
Okay, I like that. She's kind of a sexy battle nun. Killer haircut. because we have that bug in the sequencing where like the timing of the attack isn't accounted for in the programming.
Mhm.
Her sequence repeats after almost an immediate like almost no delay after the slow punch, and it is a tricky little thing, and if I fix that it will change the timing of the game.
It would get
Anyways,
easier.
You should screen share and play the game.
All right, let me pull this up for you. Boop. Double screen share is really an excellent invention.
It's pretty good.
All right. All right, blockchain. Here we go.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk as little as possible here. I want to see you at your best.
We'll see. I didn't give you that advantage. Oh no.
It's okay.
Stop scrolling.
I think you need to click into it. Click into the iframe.
I keep clicking into it. All right, I'm gonna reload this page. I don't buy it.
That's really weird.
Wrong. Let's try again. All right, there we go.
There we go.
By the way, I noticed that the first
Yes.
block feels like it doesn't show up at all. I don't know if that's
It
just
really
me.
kind of depends. I think there's a asset loading issue.
Okay.
Is my theory.
What happened with the circle, by the way? What did you change?
I'll show you after we're done here. I can show
Okay.
you the and we can tweak it if we need to.
All right, red dude.
Oh, you like playing it late. You're a
Oh yeah.
You're a daredevil. Yeah, you already
There's
got the blockchain.
The timing is once you get used to it. I like it. I like
so
it
far
mid-hit.
perfect.
Uh-huh. Oh, all right, that was 12.
Yeah. The game is
Oh shit.
The game is like really easy for me now, but it's hard enough for some people that they say like, oh, I stopped on the Alucard looking dude. And then I told them that is
I think we hit the
Alucard.
right level of challenge, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it might be pretty good.
All right, 11. All right, here comes the hard shit.
Yeah. Starting to get real.
She's the secret boss with the busted combo.
Yep. The 4 fasts in a row, man. And then followed by the slow.
All right,
20. All right, here we go. If we do give these people's names, we have to come up with funny names.
That's fair.
I have a friend with very literary sensibilities, and his favorite thing about this game when he played it was, well, he thought it was very funny.
It is very funny.
it is funny, and he loved how it says press space to block like every single like hint screen.
Kind
Which
of
was
like,
semi
29.
29. Yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. It was only partially intentional because it's in there in the code, and like the piece of code that actually shows the little pop-up screen.
Doesn't it append it every time?
It appends it every time.
Yeah.
But neither of us were inclined to change it. You know what I mean?
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I kind of like it too. Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, 29 is the winner tonight, but
yeah,
I think we can both do better.
I think so. We're both warming up. We're both talking. I think what we do is we do screen recordings and then post it to YouTube as evidence. Pretty good.
I like it. By the way, just the end credit music for this is so excellent. Like, I want people to beat the game just to get to the like delightful end credits.
So many of the games, well, I shouldn't say so many. Like a couple of the games that I worked on always has a scene in it that has bossa nova music playing in the background because I think it's just inherently funny.
It's perfect. I agree. It just it somehow it evokes so much, but like immediately just takes me straight to like Stanley Parable and like extremely fun, silly.
Do you mind if I steal screen share back?
Bring it on back. I'm a master of the blockchain though.
Yeah, yes, you are. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Let me get my audio. Share computer sound. Okay, you should be able to hear my sound now if I had anything going.
All right, I'm
Come
gonna
on.
just
Use
give myself
Firefox.
a little. Can I give myself a little crown here? I'm
Let's
taking my
see.
victory seriously
Blood
over here.
Rain,
Sorry.
Betrayal, Gallery, bonus gallery. Yes. Um, this was entirely my doing. We were talking over dinner one night, and we're like, we should have a gallery in the game. And I was like, okay, I'll put it together. On one condition, we have to have a Bossa Nova soundtrack over the top. So I didn't write this. Oh wait.
No, but
I want the actual. Oh, here it is. So this is the art gallery. You earn these by playing the game, right?
oh, that's hilarious.
Can you hear the music?
Yeah. I like that someone took that. Someone was like, "This Bossa Nova Blood Rain thing is so great. I'm just gonna put up the music as a video only." Didn't even need the gallery.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess the soundtrack is out there now because the composer, his name is Jake Kaufman, otherwise known as Vert. He's famous.
Oh, not my friend Jake Kaufman, a different famous Jake Kaufman. Okay, that's weird.
You may have a friend named Jake Kaufman. I also have a friend named Jake Kaufman.
They should really fix that for us.
Yes. But so yeah, this he had a jazz flute in there as well, like Jake is great. He's hilarious. So I was like, can we please have a Bossa Nova soundtrack over this? So I think this might be the Jeff Lee Easter egg. That's gonna be my trend. Is going to be
director's trademark.
Yeah,
this is much better than Tarantino's director trademark.
When we evaluate, because we're not going to have the N word. We're just going to have Bossa Nova. You know.
Oh, his trademark is feet, and it's weird.
It's what? Feet.
Yeah.
So he has a feet thing.
Every IMDb page for like a Tarantino movie is like, this scene is the director's trademark shot of a woman's foot. And I'm like, you really have to write that down.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So Bossa Nova is. I'm with it.
Okay, we'll go with Bossa Nova. Let me show you the circle thing.
What the hell was that? What happened?
Okay, so for whatever reason, A-Line's circle function just doesn't work. Or did you the thing that you did that changed like the alpha transparency? You like made it opaque, right? Was that global, or was that local?
I thought I was rendering a specific transparent color for the wind up timer.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah. So
I was just passing in a color with like alpha 50%. Yeah,
that might have been part of the issue. However, at any rate, A-Line's thing just didn't work, and I was like, why doesn't this friggin' work? Because we were just calling circle, right? The cooldown timer just does this, right? So I was just calling circle, the equivalent of that. And it just wouldn't draw. So I was like, how hard can it be to draw a circle? So I Googled it for a while. And I'm like, oh, it turns out to be very hard to draw a circle.
Shit. Well, good. Okay.
I even read the A-Line source code. And it turns out the way that it draws circles is it draws a bunch of little lines.
What?
It draws a bunch of little lines that connect points. Well, if you think about it, like, how would you draw a circle? Like, this, like, because they were trying to do like a line width as well. So I Googled around. I'm like, how do you draw a circle in Unity? And hilariously enough, do I have it open? It's not open yet. Let me. What is this? Advent code. I don't want Advent code. That's over. We're done with that.
For today.
Yeah, actually, it's gonna be. I might be back on at 9 p.m.
Is there a second problem, or
the second problem will be it comes at midnight. I'm probably gonna do it in the morning or whatever.
Nice. Yeah.
A post breakfast thing. They're like, use a shader, right? Use a shader. It's easy. And it turns out it was less bullshit than I thought it was going to be. Still bullshit, but still less bullshit.
Do we have a second shader graph? Oh, I love it.
So we're it's like shader graph for life now. How do I just emphasize shader graph here?
Double click on the tab, like double click on the circle. Boop.
I could have used that while I was making this thing.
Sorry.
You can tell that this is all janky because I was like just trying to move it around the screen in a way that was like things would just show up. Is there a way I could just like make this tidier? Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah, it has like pretty nice snapping actually.
Yeah, this is actually like surprisingly high quality. This tool.
I kind of understand.
Kind of shockingly good.
I understand why this is like the thing they want everyone to use, because this feels like the best Unity tool so far.
It is. I agree with that. It is the best Unity tool.
Yeah.
Um,
And I've seen some like pretty wild shader graph examples out there. I was watching a half tutorial, half just like here's a cool thing we did where it was like rendering a heart with a cutout through it.
yeah.
And it was like two models with a visible plane that intersected them, and they ran it through like these competing shader graphs that ran against each other. Yeah, it was really cool. I was just like, damn, it's fucking neat that you can do that.
So have you ever messed with Shader Toy, the website?
A little bit, yeah.
All of this is a fragment shader, and the fragment shader receives. It assumes basically that it's getting UVs for the entire screen. The entire screen being a quad with two triangles, and the verts on the triangles have the proper UVs mapped to them. This is very much the same exact setup. I did not do anything UV related whatsoever, which means that the mesh that I was using, which is just a 1 unit by 1 unit plane that I made in Blender, I think came with the UVs. Because I don't know. I don't know. Otherwise, I don't really know how it knew what to use.
I wonder if
like
it's
magic.
I wonder if it's possible that, yeah, it's either the default or there are none, and it's like inferring a default for that. So
I don't know how the inference would work. I mean, I know what you mean, and I was like, could that be how it worked? But I don't know where the inference would come from, because as far as Unity knows, it's just a mesh. It's not like it knows it's a plane.
right.
So I have a 1 by 1 square that I made it 1 by 1 because it's easy to stretch and scale, and that's what the timeline sliders are in blockchain, right? So the green slider on the left, and then whatever color slider on the right. It's just a 1 by 1 plane that's being scaled by game logic, right? So I just reuse that mesh for the circle. So the way this works is that we have 3 properties in here: color, scale, and thickness. Scale never changes, so I don't know if I ever really want to mess with this. But the idea here is that the radius, if you don't adjust scale, the radius of the circle is just half a unit if the UVs are from 0 to 1, right? So the radius, basically the outer edge of the circle always touches the edges of the texture, or the edges of the kind of like view that we're writing into. And so what we're essentially just doing is we're making a fragment shader that emits a texture, like a 1 by 1 size texture. And it's square, and it basically just maps directly to the UVs that are being passed in. So the vertex shader is super simple. It's just got the position. I could probably delete the normal. We don't need the normal. In fact, I thought I deleted the normal and the tangent, but it's back. Go figure. Maybe this is just like Unity has some semantics around what they want their vert shaders to have, so it's just there.
That's probably the minimum. Yeah.
It didn't say anything about UVs here, so UVs are like kind of like implicitly being supplied here. So there's like UV0 going into the ellipse and UV0 going into this other ellipse. It's just ambiently available. They didn't bother materializing it in the vert shader, which you normally do if you're writing it by hand. So who knows where it's coming from. I didn't question it. So the 2 properties you really care about are color and thickness. And thickness is basically just how many units, if like 1 unit is the full size of this thing, like the full width or full height of the circle. So the diameter of the circle. Yes, the diameter. If 1 is the diameter of the circle, thickness is in that number of units. It's basically just how thick the line is here.
Okay.
All right. So what we do is we take scale. I don't know why I added scale. Scale is just confusing things. And ironically, I'm not even using scale properly. I should probably just delete scale. So yeah, I'm not even using it, right? Oh no, scale is the width and the height. And scale is, oh, I see. I am actually using it. Okay. So scale right now is 1. So it's just basically the full size of the circle. And that is going into the width and height properties of the ellipse node. And I guess what the ellipse node does is it takes the width and height that it receives from this and then draws an ellipse as a result.
Wait, is there just a draw a circle shader call?
It's kind of just a draw a circle shader call. It's based on the UVs. So basically what it's doing is the UVs are coming in. And so if you're at the UV in the upper left corner, it's going to write out a 0.
Cool.
But if you're in the very center of it, that's your UV in the center. It's going to write out a 1. And then depending on your height and width properties, you could have like a skinny ellipse or a sort of squat and wide ellipse or whatever. That will basically control whether you get a 0 or 1 out of this function, right? Cool. So that's a full shaded circle. You can imagine to get kind of like an outline circle, what we do is we actually make a slightly smaller circle and then use a subtraction node, which is just math, and just subtract the 0s and 1s, right?
I love this.
Cool. And so the thickness, basically, we take the scale, which is almost always 1, and we subtract the thickness of that, and that's the radius of the inner circle. And then we subtract that from the outer circle, right? So we got a bunch of 0s and 1s here in the subtraction node. And then what we do with that is we multiply either the 0 or 1 value in here by the color.
Okay. Now I noticed that you've taken the 0 and 1 and wrote it out to the alpha channel of the fragment shader.
Yes.
Do you actually need to multiply it here? Because won't the alpha cover that for you?
I thought so. However,
okay.
However, you notice that the fragment shader gets this base color property, and you notice how it's a color parentheses 3, so it's a 3-part floating point value. If you want an alpha in the color, it's 4, and it's actually coming out as 4 here.
Correct.
I don't know why this is only 3.
There's a split node that I had to use in my shader where you can take the 4 color and split it into. I mean, I don't know why the fragment shader requires you to split it, but I assume it is probably for some reason like this, where the graphics card loves having the alpha channel as its own thing.
I see. Yeah, so that would work as well. What I'm doing is I'm just taking the output of the on-off subtraction and making that the alpha. But I think what you're talking about is effectively the same thing, right?
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking if you drag the color node straight to the base color, do you not still get a circle?
No. Oh, I see. Because of the alpha?
Because of the alpha, yeah, because it's actually like multiplying by that and then doing the alpha again doesn't actually do anything. Yeah. So that multiply node can just go away.
Yes.
Boom. Love it.
Well, while we're simplifying, why don't we just make scale 1 all the time?
So like, can you make constants? Is that possible?
That's a good question. Create node, number, integer.
It's an input.
It is an input. So I guess we have to have, I guess that's the way you do
constants. I think it's an input and you just like, you're keeping it at 1 to not mess with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you get how this is kind of. Oh,
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the main preview, by the way, I think you can right click on that to show it as a plane instead of a quad. Yeah.
Oh, that explains a lot. What was it doing before?
Cylinder, it looked like. I don't know what it was doing before, but
quad. I don't know what my mouse is doing here.
Yeah, there's a funny little
quad.
Cute. I like that.
Quad is what I want.
Quad is what you wanted. Yeah.
This is a dumb control. Like as I mouse over it, it just rotates.
Well, you're not clicking? Oh no.
I'm not clicking anything. I'm just hovering.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like it either. There's not a really evident way of resetting it. So we found the thing that I don't like about this. Which granted is a very small thing. I was actually curious about this because like when I was first doing this, I was like, oh, that looks like a weird little, like it looked like a little X with curvy lines. And I'm like, this shader's not working. I don't know what I did wrong. I just got a Zoom pop-up that said we got upgraded to unlimited minutes, which I don't appreciate. I don't need to know that.
I pay for this plan.
Yes.
Why are they telling us anything? I didn't get that pop-up.
You know, it's because maybe I'm not a paying user and they just wanted to let me know. All right, so let's save the shader. or actually I can't save it with Command S. I have to click this button.
You have to hit save. Isn't it the worst? I don't know why that.
It's not the best.
There's the thing I don't like about the tool.
All right, let's play the game.
Cool.
Oh, okay. And then the last kind of mile of it, there's a material.
Yep.
That is just boilerplate. It doesn't do anything.
Mhm.
Right. It's just got these three values. Then there is a prefab, which I imaginatively call the prefab circle.
Cool.
It has a mesh render, which is a one by one plane mesh.
Mhm.
The UVs are magically what we want.
Mhm.
And I wonder if there's a way I can look at the UVs in Unity. Is that possible? Is that gonna, if I double click? Yeah, I don't want to open an FBX.
Yeah,
what if I
we're
double
good.
click on this thing? Nah, it's not. Fine. Model, rig, nothing. Okay, prefab circle. It's got a mesh filter with that plane, mesh render, which basically sets the shader. That's pretty much it. And then we got a little script here, which I'll show you real quick. The script basically allows you to change the color and the thickness. Again, I don't change the scale because I just want the radius to touch the edges of the texture that we're drawing into.
Right. To say this is local scale only. This
Yeah,
is like
so the way,
mesh scale, not texture scale. Or yeah.
Yeah. So the way that you adjust the size of the circle is you call set size, right?
Mhm.
And you set the size, and it has a radius, and it has a thickness. And these are like world space units. So the thickness is always the same. The only time that we ever call this is when we're just changing the radius, right? So
Cool.
We set it initially here, and the thickness is just a setting. And then what we're doing is we're doing some math on the radius here, and we pass it in here. Now, interestingly, we need to do some clever shit to set the thickness property right. You notice that I'm dividing out by the radius.
Mhm.
And the reason for that is that this thickness is texture units rather than
World units. Gotcha.
So you actually, the texture actually needs to get skinnier as the radius of the world space circle gets bigger, right?
Mhm.
And so luckily the math is relatively simple. You just divide out the radius in your goal.
Cool. Nice.
So that's how it works. I believe you could probably set an alpha in here if you wanted to, although now that I think about it, that comment you made before about the color makes me think that the alpha wouldn't work. So if we wanted transparency,
No, you'd have to
fix the shader.
You'd have to pull the alpha out of the input color and multiply it by the alpha of the alpha. You have to run a multiply node in the alpha channel. Yeah. Which you could do.
Yeah, you have
That's
to multiply the color alpha times this thing, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
So
plug
you
it into alpha.
need a split node, which is super easy.
Yeah. Did you learn how to use this in
the class?
The class. Okay, I got
Yeah.
the class.
I think also spacebar just opens up that create panel for you. Yeah.
Oh shit. It would actually like right click create node, and in some places it just wouldn't open. It was infuriating.
Spacebar is the win.
Spacebar is the one. Okay, so we got a color here. If it'll drag, let's move it over here.
So you want to get the color into the input of that, yeah. And then you take the alpha out and multiply it. Use the multiply node through the other alpha. So the color can go into both places and it doesn't care. Yeah.
This goes here. This goes here. We won't even be able to see this, but
nope. Not unless you make a transparent color, and then that goes into alpha. Yeah. Boom. Yep. I like that. I can't see the inputs necessarily, but I like that it sort of realizes that it's multiplying a one size vector.
Riddle me this. It didn't look like it made it.
Oh, yeah, it's busted.
Yeah. We done broke it.
I thought this was gonna be it.
Is there like a layout cleanup thing?
That is like such a hard problem to solve.
People do it.
Yeah.
did.
I guess if you move the split and the multiply above the color, you won't have to cross lines anymore.
Ish.
Very ish. So why doesn't that work? We're taking our alpha, which should be 1, and multiplying it by 1 or 0.
And our default color has alpha
has
0.
no
Do you
alpha.
notice that like Unity does this?
Yeah.
Like on sprite textures and stuff, like the alpha is just 0. Or
Yeah,
actually, anytime you create a color component, like prefab settings, I made that object so that we could just change settings in the editor and we wouldn't have to recompile code. For some reason, every time you have a color property, it's like set to white 0 alpha by default. So if we crank this up,
that was cool. I like that. I like that it went through gray as you did that too. Nice.
Yes. How do I just reset this? I think that's mostly correct. It's a little bit every
just
time I mouse over,
never touch it. Yeah.
you just got to be careful. This is the game within the game.
Does Sprite just render it as a non-rotating mesh? Is Sprite like, here's the texture?
Yeah, it totally does. Yeah, that's what we want.
Cool.
All right, so we have just like made this shader way better, and to really prove the point, here's what we're gonna do.
Ooh.
We're just gonna pass 1 in here all the time. It's gonna be a solid circle.
Okay.
Right, and then in the windup where we actually call this stuff, we're just gonna use full radius all the time. And we are going to, the color we're going to set here is gray. And this should absolutely 100% work with no bugs whatsoever.
Make sure to save. Yeah. Yeah, you spooked me when that didn't return anything too. I thought like I had totally misunderstood how this extremely simple shader worked. So, phew.
Yeah. What I would actually love to know is what code actually comes out of. Oh, I'm sharing my sound.
Oh yeah.
Stop sharing my sound.
You can hit mute audio too, because now you're hearing the sound.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is alpha as real. Fuck. Although my radius is shrinking, which I didn't expect to have happen. But you know what?
Didn't expect it to shrink. I thought you were passing the value that was shrinking.
You're right. I am. I just changed the wrong thing. Or no, I changed the right thing. Okay, so I just got confused temporarily. We just did some shader programming, man. We're shader experts now.
It's pretty great, right? I think from the shader graph panel, you can see the compiled code. We did that with my effects thing too. It's just not that useful.
Yeah, I remember that we had a hard time.
Oh yeah, view
navigating. Let us see.
Let's see what we get.
No definition. Dang. Got that fancy plugin and it just doesn't know. Can I at least go into the pound includes? Can I go into here? I guess this isn't a materialized file, so somehow it doesn't know what to do. It knows it's Shader Lab.
What directory are we in? It's probably in a very funny spot for actually finding dependencies.
Temp? I don't know. Paid all that money for that plugin. It's not doing it here. This is actually where it'd be concretely useful. I could save it out to shaders.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the nice thing is that if we ever want to take this generate shader and run with it on our own, we can do it.
Let me try it real quick.
Okay, I'm super curious. Yeah.
Is it because there's not a .meta file for this? Maybe. Well, there is now. Let me just.
So now if you open the shader generated from graph, yeah. That's pretty cool.
Still didn't create the .meta file. Oh, there's no .meta file for shaders.
There's no .meta files in your VS Code because I think it's hiding them.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. Just going to reload everything and see what happens. And is there any complaint?
It says new shader lab available, but that's it.
I can't even see that.
You can't see that?
Well, it's because I got our Zoom faces.
Oh, Zoom faces. That'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Disappointed. Oh, it jumped. It jumped.
Okay, so maybe it just has to be non-temp
definitions. Oh no, I'm in it. That cool. Worked. Okay, cool. So that is what I wanted. So now I can see shit. This is still like completely inscrutable, right? But at least I can navigate now. I can go and see what these functions do, which is super useful. So where's my vertex shader? We looked for this last time, right? And then we kind of got blocked. Vert.
Yeah, I recall this not being clear.
Vert is defined somewhere. Oh, it found it. It found it.
Nice.
This is our vertex shader, and it calls a bunch of other things. And a packed output is a packed varyings, which it cannot find. Well, it's probably in here. I wonder if it's in here.
Oh man, you can get deep in this now. Okay, so temp is just a garbage directory.
I guess it's just a garbage directory. But what's disappointing is that the vertex shader is not finding this, or this tool is not finding this structure, which I think is pretty fucking important, right? It's like the main thing that the vertex shader is producing.
Is there? Oh yeah, I thought that was defined in this file, and it's not going to it, huh?
It's not defined in this file.
Shit.
So it can really only be defined either that, or it's just like ambiently there.
Yeah, what is a unipacked varyings? I wonder, like, is packed variance just their way of saying it's an object?
Well, it's just a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe what it is, it's...
Oh, there you go.
I don't know where it is. Packed varyings. Oh, you know, is it just defined in a different file?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, it's defined in the toppable shader.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I thought it was here. Yeah.
That's why it's having problems finding it. Is these are just pound includes, right? So it just assumes that it's defined elsewhere in context.
And our shader defines, we define our own packed variance for every shader, and then it includes things that expect that variable to be there. Okay, cool.
Correct.
Clever.
Yeah. So position has the SV position semantics. So this is just the vertex position. There's a bunch of interp P0. I don't know. These are just a bunch of like random values. What's interesting is there's no UV here.
We haven't really found the UV throughout this process, right?
Yeah, which is confusing because what's the fragment shader using, right?
Yeah.
Those ellipse functions are basically using values from 0 to 1 to know whether to send a 0 or 1. I think it's also doing some anti-aliasing, the ellipse function as well. My curiosity is not yet sated. I just want to look at this. Okay, so here's our fragment shader. Maybe unpacking it is what does it. Varyings. Text coordinate. There it is. It basically knows to like basically.
Did our packed Unpack variants. Pack.
It's probably defined up here too, right? Because everything is in here. It's basically saying, oh, okay, so interp2 is being used as the texture coordinate.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Mystery solved. And then somehow my Blender knows that just like when you create a plane in Blender, it knows what UVs to give to the plane.
It sets a very reasonable set of those. Yeah. Okay. I can buy this.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably not something you would want to look at too frequently, but it makes some amount of sense.
Nice.
I am kind of curious if I ever wanted to write my own shader. Like, it kind of seems like a shader graph shader has.
I feel like I could write a simpler shade. Like I would take, if I was going to convert it, I would take my shader graph shader and reconstruct it using the primitives and only the inputs I needed instead of this sort of generated shit.
Yeah. And then there's like a universal fragment unlit, but somehow it knows that to call a circle somewhere. Like, where is the ellipse function happening is my question.
I assume it's in the generated from graph chunk of this.
Gonna be in here.
Yeah, can we find ellipse in this one?
Unity ellipse float.
Okay. There we go. Now we're talking.
Surface description. So where is this being called?
Is this one of those things that does it end up in the unlit path somehow? Like,
yeah, I think that's what it is.
The cross. Oh yeah, I saw build surface description there. The cross like dependency of this is very interesting.
Yeah, it's C post-process, preprocessor stuff, which is horrible.
Yep.
Good old macros. So where is this actually being called is the question, right?
Yeah,
there's probably some
yeah.
dependency of a dependency of a dependency in this, right? Probably in universal fragment unlit, it's calling no, can debug. Where is the actual, is it initialized input data? It's like, what's the actual meat of this? Like, is this not a giant puzzle? Like, if this truly is our build surface
description, yeah. And can we get there? Oh, Lordy. Is there more in this? Jeez.
Okay, so that is somewhere. Can't find the definition.
Huh.
So is that in unlit? Surface data, maybe? No. Input? Shader types?
Oh, wait, I thought build surface description, that was in the generated function, I thought.
There is a version of it that is.
Oh, no, it's
called
inputs,
build
though.
surface description inputs.
Jeez.
But maybe there's another thing that's being included here that we don't see, right? Like, and this is why everything is horrible, right? Everything sucks.
Yeah.
Common packing.
Yeah, I mean, I think my intention is like use shader graph when possible, and then never look at any of this when we have to write our own custom
shader graph functions.
Oh boy.
Anyways, it's a whole ball of wax, but I think what you just said is like totally correct. All right, let me just try one more. No. All right. This is why I don't like C programming, because of this stuff. It's like I've made my own little mail merge system that is impossible to understand. It gives you a lot of rope to hang yourself with, basically. Honestly, there's a lot of Ruby programming that's like this, right? Ruby.
I was just say once you dig into Ruby, yeah, never assign anything to 4 or any number, let alone you end up with null and strange variables.
Yeah. Okay. So what do we actually do?
I love this though. I love that you made a circle out of shader graph.
I got angry. That's right.
Yeah, it's not where I expect this to go at all.
Let me just, for the sake of sanity, I believe that this is wrong, right?
Yeah, discard that. Yep.
But we do want this shader.
Uh-huh.
And that's the only thing that's changed.
And then we delete these two. Yeah. Heck yeah. Better shader. So before you commit this, what is the diff in the shader graph file? It's some nonsense.
Got some
God.
UIDs, some more UIDs.
This is worse than the scene view. It's a map.
This makes somewhat amount of sense. Like it's got
a map
like
of, it's like a map
slots
of
pointing
ID to
to-
ID.
Yeah, exactly. It's a database basically.
Okay.
Which
And like
makes
a
sense
strange amount
'cause-
of positional information, which you probably need, right? There's the node we deleted. Okay. All right. Maybe this will look very readable eventually.
there's probably an algorithm that I guess they like letting the user define where things are.
Mhm.
But they're probably the cleanup algorithm's there. I mean, I don't know. Have you ever used GraphViz?
No, but I'm having like interface builder flashbacks, which end up with very
Okay.
similar sort of
Okay.
nodes pointing to nodes in very annoying
Do you like my
ways.
git comment here?
Oh, I do. Make better. Circle back better. Sorry.
Amazing. All right. So what are we going to do with blockchain today? What do we want to do with the game?
Infinite mode. Let's add a menu item.
Oh God. Okay. Let me go to the restroom.
Okay.
The other thing that I want to do, it doesn't have to happen today, but I wonder if we could make it mobile friendly somehow, where like tap to block would eventually be.
Oh.
And is that just the same thing as receiving clicks in a browser?
I wonder I think we both need to open up Unity Hub and install the iOS a mobile build something for that.
Okay.
But
yeah, we're not going to do it today, but
no. But
I'm
I like
curious
it.
about
I think
it.
we could do that. Yeah.
Because it's like if like we wanted to like ship a game to make money, we could ship blockchain. We'd hire GM Spectre to give us new sprites.
I would pay that guy. He was great.
I would pay that guy. And then we'd add the super parry, and yeah, it would be fun.
More buttons? Oh, more buttons.
No, it'd be the same button. You just hold it down and then you let go.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm really glad that GM Spectre was not pissed off at us.
Yes. Yes. Mercifully, he did not threaten to sue us.
No, I mean, like we reused this shit from like 1999 or something. Who knows?
Yeah. All right, cool. I will be back in a
Be right back.
All
cool.
Right.
I'll hang out here.
Yep.
Maybe I'll take the screen back.
Yep, go for it.
Stealing the screen. Going over here. I'm gonna make a menu. All right. Well, I say we're making infinite mode, so. Whoop. What the fuck? Oh. There we go. All right. What are the little scripts running in this sucker? Title screen. Title screen. What's this frame? What is managing the little delay for instructions? Because that thing's cute. Title instruction script. Oh. I love it. Little animation. I think I might kill it. Let's put it at 0. All right. And this. Right. And last but not least, I guess we're going to need a little cursor. That's just going to be this. Whoop. Beautiful. I'm doing it. Can't stop me.
Oh man, are you adding buttons to the game?
Well, I mean, I guess you'll need to use the arrow keys for this, huh?
Damn it.
You're right. That's too bad. Well, not really. You could play with one button. You'll just never get to endless mode. Endless mode requires that.
What it could do is it could flash campaign and then flash endless, depending on which one it's showing at the time.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
How committed are we to one button purity? Because I'm like 90% committed. It's kind of funny.
Let's entertain the idea. I'm not committed to it in any serious way. There is a certain aesthetic beauty to only having one button, but the only other way you could vary it if you don't use space is you have to use time. And so I think it would literally have to like.
That was deep, by the way. That was like a metaphysical.
The other thing we could do is like double tap for endless, single tap for regular.
Oh,
that's also using time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just have a little bit of a debounce period, right?
It's gonna be really annoying if you wanted one and didn't get the other. I think I'm gonna put an arrow key in here. I'm sorry. I think it's just gonna happen, and we'll survive.
Damn it,
we'll survive. But yeah, you're right. It's a bummer.
Just adding complexity to the game, Dom.
I know. How dare I? Let's see. I guess these are TM Pro GUI. I gotta use
TM Pro. Using TM Pro. I think they're Text Mesh Pro U GUI.
What is the U in there? Unity. Fuck. Okay. In label. GUI. Endless label.
You know, we could have two cursors and just turn them off on and off depending.
Oh, that's so much smarter.
Because then you don't have to position it or reposition.
That's exactly. It's the only reason I had the I wanted to know the position of the two things.
Yeah.
I can tell you've made games before because you know.
That wasn't a game thing. I you know what? I'll take the compliment.
I feel like I never would have done that in web dev. I'm going to credit your past experience. Cursor endless. Yeah, take the credit. It's part of your. It's one of your Bossa Nova trademarks.
Yeah, the Bossa Nova I will take credit for because.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
If you wanted to guarantee alignment, I think one thing you could do is possibly either make column parent nodes or row parent nodes. I don't know how much it matters. But
I guess I can just assign these to the same value too.
That is actually better.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me.
Yeah, I forgot that these things are like a node we control, which is delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks off to me, but I think it's actually the cursor.
The text doesn't look aligned. The text looks centered, which I think we should maybe left align them.
Oh, wowza. Okay. Hello.
I don't think it did what you wanted it to by multi-selecting. Some of them are still centered aligned.
Some of them are still center aligned.
Oh, you know what? It was a frame lag.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Great. Do you want it under the word blockchain then? I think I kind of did want them centered.
I think what we do is we center the word campaign.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the options should be like the C and the E should be like exactly aligned vertically, I think.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a little brutal, isn't it? Okay. No, wait. I can make that happen. These need to be not 1,000 pixels wide. Like they just need to be. That left aligned. Is that more what you wanted?
That's what I was thinking about.
Cool. All right, that's pretty darn centered.
I guess it's just the word. We just want the border to fit the word campaign exactly, right? Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which pretty darn
close. Yeah.
All right, it's 236 pixels is what it is.
Yep.
Boom. Oh god, I tried to zoom in on my screen and actually did an unexpected thing. Cool. So where is my title screen script? Yeah, I'll give you campaign cursor and the endless cursor. All right, and then start is cursor endless dot active.
Hey, you're gonna hate me for this, but I do think the little pointers should be vertically centered so that they're for some reason. I don't know if it's the font.
I think it's the font. Isn't that weird? Yeah.
The font just doesn't center the character, I guess. So
I think it's like baseline align those two characters. Yeah, I did notice that, but actually,
that's pretty good, right?
That's better. Yeah. I'm gonna make such a more rigorous UI when we make a real game.
I'm actually curious what rigor looks like using the Unity primitives.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it does. I think I'm gonna probably script the whole thing. I think this is just the wrong editor. I'd rather control my springs and struts in code.
Yeah. Is it? Oh well, I'd be excited to see what you do with it because I that's where your previous expertise comes into play. I don't know if Unity has a layout thing for like the Unity editor layout thing is actually pretty good. We did a little bit of that last time when we were examining the button that I added for Red Devil.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I think that's a nice system. I like an immediate mode API.
Oop, I crashed the game. What did I do? Yeah, does it? Was I?
The fuck are GUI clips?
Or what?
It says you're pushing more GUI clips than you're popping. This seems like an editor problem, right?
I don't know about that. Yeah. Let's just run that one more time.
Oh, they're fading in. Do we want that?
Oh, you made it fade in and out. I forgot about that. Is that the
instructions?
Oh, these all have instruction scripts. Hang on. The instructions can keep it.
Yep.
Cool.
And maybe we can change that node. Can we rename that node to like press space or something like that?
Yes. Press space.
Yes.
Now the rest of these should be. I like this title card music, by the way, wherever that came from.
Same pack. That
it's a good vibe.
I actually got I got this like dark sci-fi music pack, and it had a little bonus section, which is where actually most of the game music for the game came from, because like most of the music is not dark sci-fi, but I think what you're listening to right now is the dark sci-fi, the dark sci-fi news feed, I believe it's called. What is endless mode, by the way?
Now that's a great question. I was thinking like maybe we have some sort of like every 10 attacks, it just picks a random character and does a random series of attacks at you.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Although, how much of this game is about memorization and how much is it about?
Well, that's two different games.
It's true. Can we call campaign mode regular mode? You're gonna have to figure out your units again, but or normal, like campaign. It is kind of funny calling campaign. It feels like an RTS game or something like that.
You don't think the story that we've put in here is campaign quality? I'll call it standard.
Standard is a good word. It also might be the exact same number of letters or close to it.
Let's find out. Is this thing monospaced? No.
It is not.
It is not. All right. 237, 238, 9, 40, 41.
This is great. I love watching this.
This is
master at work.
Honestly, I never do this for website. This is weird.
Should it be normal? Is normal a better word than standard?
Oh, you're just messing with me now, aren't you?
This is who I am, man. Like
I like standard.
Okay.
We could lean into the blockchain. We could have
yeah, what are the blockchain words?
Classic would be Bitcoin Classic and Bitcoin 2. No.
I like classic makes it seem like this is a age old.
Yeah.
This is like a game of the year candidate that is being reissued or something like that.
I mean, you can't prove it's not.
All right, I'll take standard.
Okay.
I'll concede that.
Standard is good. Yeah, standard is what we got. What is active self? Okay.
What the fuck?
When did that happen?
I guess active is the Boolean, active self is the property.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Well, let me just see if these error keys work real quick. Oh yeah, they work great. There's I gotta mute audio. There is a ton of input lag in the Unity player on Mac, isn't there?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's gotten slower too.
Feels funky. Yeah. I find it hard to play the game in this view versus like the built binary now.
Oh, yeah.
Which is too bad. Okay, cool. So when we hit next, we're gonna load the scene gameplay. How do we pass stuff between scenes again? It's been a minute.
We need to have a thing that is persistent across scenes, which is fine.
Oh wait, don't destroy on load. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the right thing to do here would be. Do we want to preserve the ability to start the game in the editor on different scenes? It's pretty nice.
It is the same time problem we have in the last one.
Yeah. I wish there was a kind of initialization thing that could be included in all scenes. Is something that Unity is missing, as far as I know. However, I think one way we can do this is to make an object that creates itself as soon as you call get.
Which is Game Manager.
Game Manager does not do that. But we can make a initialize on fetch thing.
Isn't that just model behavior singleton?
It is not.
Oh.
Model behavior. So interestingly, the quit handler would be something that I would want to do like this, but the quit handler currently is only created on the title screen. So you can't escape to quit unless you start from the title screen. Which is fine because you're always going to load the title screen in a build.
You've already added a second key. I didn't even know.
Oh yeah. I thought it was necessary because the Windows and Mac versions of this full screen, there's no way to exit them.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I thought Command Q always worked.
It does. I don't know if people are always familiar with that, and I think hitting escape was the kind of natural thing to do.
No, I think that's really, really reasonable.
Okay, so what we can do is we can copy some of this stuff. Only it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be generic. It could be generic. I tried actually doing this once, and I got stuck on how to initialize it without a prefab, because I think you need a prefab in. No, it doesn't have to be a prefab. You can add components to generic. I think you can add components to generic game objects.
Yeah, so what's going to happen is we're going to have a class that has a static method that when called will initialize itself and add it to the current scene with don't destroy on load.
Correct.
So we have like it's half of it's this with some more shit.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So we just want to call this the. We already have a thing called settings.
Oh yeah. I mean, does it make any sense to treat the game manager like this? I guess it does. The object list
settings. These are the kind of like editor settings. What we're talking about is like dynamic settings. So, but we could maybe there's too many semantics. Maybe it should just be settings.
That's a wait. I want to look at that. So settings hanging out in
gameplay. Out of the game manager creates. I think the game manager instantiates it. I think that's
okay. Because
if you go into the game manager awake.
Yeah. Okay. I was interesting. So we don't actually get to use this as a. We can't like tweak these in the Unity editor at all. That's too bad.
You can. You tweak the prefab.
Oh, great. Sorry. Makes sense. Always the fucking prefabs. Oh, I love it. Jeff, look at this. I hadn't seen this. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
But maybe the thing that we're about to create is the more appropriate home for
all this.
Yeah. So I think maybe this needs a different name, which is just like settings. There's like a difference between settings and prefs, right? Prefs is what we're doing right now. Is like,
yeah,
prefs feels so non.
Well, let's just
call it the game.
I was gonna say I'm gonna call this like game mode as our global object, because yeah, that seems all right. Yeah,
it's mono behavior. Yeah. And then we just need to have a static get function.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna steal.
Yep.
And T is
game mode. Yeah.
Yep. Let's rename that game mode. Oh, come on. Gotta make that as hard as possible. Cool. And then if instance is null, we're actually in the.
Yeah. How do we create just like a regular ass? I don't want to make a prefab for this. How do we just create a regular game object in Unity? Great, generic game object. I'm Googling it now.
Great.
Let's see. I think it's game object dot create. Just call create primitive. Is that
game mode?
Oh, it's not primitive. Primitive. Oh, just do new game object. Shit, it's easier than I thought. Yep. Yeah, you can give it a name. Call it game mode.
Oh, sorry. We can do new game mode.
Yes, beautiful. New game mode. Oh no. Sorry, new game object, and then pass it the string game mode. Or you can do name of game mode or something. That's fine.
Oh, right, and
it's not the instance. This is far
off. It's not the instance, right? Yeah, totally.
And then do instance equals obj dot create component. Add component. Yeah, and then the little generics thing, pass game mode in there. And then that is it.
Do we need to do don't destroy on load for this?
Yes.
Huh.
There's an example in the singleton.
Oh, great. Oh my, no, okay, sorry. Why would I think that it's a game object property and not some sort of global callback? Who knows?
Yeah, I think this is just adding it to a different table somewhere or reparenting the objects or something like that.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah. So let's see. Let's do enum. Fuck. Class. I've already named it badly. Standard endless. Public mode. God, mode is the worst word. And I guess we can actually start this.
This really is settings, isn't it?
Like the actual game settings object? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. We can rename it later.
Field type mode is less accessible.
The enum needs to be public on line 6.
Oh, yeah, I always forget that that's not a default. Cool. Okay, so now we should be able to read game mode.get.mode anywhere.
Correct.
And set it. So in the title screen on next, we're going to say our game mode equals game mode.get. Actually, I'm going to put this in start. I'm kind of just curious. I want to see the behavior go start to finish with creating it and living into the next scene. Only because we haven't done this before.
No. Makes sense.
Sure looks real. Still looks real. Okay. Hey, this is not a bad pattern. We can use this more.
Yep.
All right, so game mode get, and then game mode dot mode equal. Oh, I'll do this. I was about to write a Ruby post condition. If cursor endless dot game object dot active self. Dot endless. Zynga. All right. Well, that's that. Let's go on to the next one.
Does the game mode have a default, by the way?
Yeah, I left it as standard just because
okay. Just so
we
don't shoot ourselves in the foot. Can we have a game mode?
Do I just set standard here?
Can this know which option is selected?
Great. Oh, you want a bool in here that says like which one it is? Sure.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Go either way. Or rather, we want a mode here. Yeah.
You know what you have is fine.
Okay. I know what you're saying. This could be cleaner. I know exactly how you would refactor this.
Yeah, and then
I feel like sometimes I must just leave like nails on chalkboards in the code for you that you have to refactor as soon as I stop coding.
I think my only complaint about what was there before you made the change was that this code implicitly relied on a default value in a different class.
Absolutely.
And so this is what we're doing right now is like totally clear.
Yep. I think that makes sense. And in fact, I hate conditionals. Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So in the game manager, and I guess maybe in the levels, this whole thing kind of changes, but I do like that we have the ability to just script the heck out of this now.
Yeah. So I think we ignore the entire levels.cs sort of thing. So init level start.
Like there is no more health.
Maybe we
the enemy health is like always
level
full.
Start state anymore. Let's make a new state called init endless or something like that.
Okay. And where are we?
And then let's rename that to init normal level or something like that.
Level start, yeah.
Or start normal level or something. Yeah. Or start standard level, something like that.
Standard. Yeah.
And then endless can be start endless rather than endless because we already used the word init for initializing the state. So
good point.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So in the awake for the game manager, instead of switching to level 0, we need to do an if we're in endless mode, do something different.
Gotcha. Yep. Cool. So if game mode dot get
that mode is standard. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I regret these names already. Gotta think about that one. Else
you want to do requests or underscore state dot net request next, and then state dot endless, start endless. Yeah.
Cool. And then this is going to be case state dot start endless.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put this at the bottom of this because I like the. Yep. Gotcha. Do we need a continue and do we need like endless gameplay as well?
I think we might be able to reuse gameplay.
Okay. And that is because here, let me see. Well, let me just put some placeholders here. So init endless, which we might need. I'll probably set up some level stuff.
Let's just call it init start endless. Because we're initializing the start endless state, which probably means that the init level start function should be called init start standard level. And then we should probably do the same thing for the update function as well.
Cool.
It might be the case that we should be using the class oriented state machine that we used for Red Devil.
It was good, huh? Yeah. Okay, then this is state dot start endless.
Yeah, exactly.
And then update start endless. Okay, cool. So we just have those two functions missing.
Yep.
So let me look at what init standard level is doing. We are doing some level stuff. We don't care. Player health, yeah, this is all pretty good, but also maybe unnecessary, right? Because this is actually meant to reset between the levels, so we're not doing this every time anymore.
Yeah, we may want to do it anyways, just because like we don't know what those are to begin with, right?
Right, and then
this would be custom to whatever we decide we want it to do. And we could even show a pop-up in this if we wanted to start endless mode, or it just dives right into it. I don't know.
I mean, I think if you're in endless mode, you know what's going on.
Okay.
No pop-ups, just attacks forever. Okay.
We may or may not need this intermediate state then. It depends on how we handle gameplay, because a lot of the gameplay is going to be similar, right?
It's pretty darn similar, yeah.
So if we go to update gameplay, we need to figure out like how much of this stuff is like normal mode specific and how much is.
That's what I was curious about, because I think the only thing that I would maybe change is that I don't think we damage enemy health. We keep a counter and like cycle stuff. Like we're actually counting like 10 attacks from the enemy and swapping.
Yeah, and then we wouldn't check for cheats either in endless mode, probably. Or we'd only check the health cheat, and we need to factor the health cheat out of that function. Because if you try to do like a level skip cheat in the endless mode, it'll just crash or it will do something weird, I think.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Update HUD, enemy health.
We do have, so in endless mode, how is it just like if you die, what happens? You get knocked back to the menu, or like does endless mode start over again? and you see a little like screen that says like, maybe we do have a pop-up that's like, get ready for endless mode. Press space to block. Something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do love that pop-up, and it's already in there. It's in the scene, right? So we might as well use it. Yeah, I think, I mean, we could also have the kill screen for endless mode instead of the credits where it's just like max combo and space kicks you back to the screen.
Oh, so there's a state that's like finish endless.
Mm-hmm. Do we have what is the failure state?
The failure state,
that resets the level, yeah.
It plays, all it does is you go into the failure state, it plays the failure sound effect, and then it waits like half a second before it goes into the next level.
Gotcha.
It's just that you acknowledge the fact that the health bar is 0. There's probably more stuff we could do in there, but
yeah. Okay. Well, I guess there's a different load scene. There's a different update failure for endless that loads maybe a scene that just has the combo counter on it.
Do we want to keep statistics like your max combo and
kind of just thinking about it? I kind of want that anyway.
It's true. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, this is code here.
We're really kind of talking about like a nested state. It's a different state machine, right? Like,
I was gonna say it's a whole different game manager, isn't it? Should we swap that out? Is that gonna be easier to think about?
The problem is the game manager right now is like kind of being incestuously like accessed by all the other classes.
So maybe extracting the state machine from this and calling into one or the other from the game manager.
I think what we're talking about is like 2 different state machines potentially, or like essentially we're talking about a hierarchical state machine. We have a state machine for normal mode and we have a state machine for endless mode.
I picked a big one. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
That's what I want.
Can we actually see where game manager is being called right now? Let's just make sure we don't have any weird landmines. If you do like a find references.
That's even better.
Oh, it's not too bad.
No,
it's way better than I thought. Gameplay active is really the only one that's important here. And that's basically to make sure that like we know to dive out of the enemy coroutine. One issue with coroutines is interrupting them if there's external logic. And so this is how we interrupt them. We basically say like, if the gameplay is no longer active, you need to stop generating attacks basically, regardless of what you're doing right now.
Right. And this is either you failed or you succeeded. So the level's the level's resetting.
Yeah.
And this is just the tutorial script. Okay.
Well, it's also the if you go to commands.cs, there's also an alternative script that plays commands. This used to be in the enemy class, but basically the command script basically has a run function that just plays the commands.
Oh yeah, I mean just the game manager.
Oh yeah. It's just like finish the level. Yep.
This is actually the biggest and only maybe landmine in it.
Yeah, but we're never going to play the tutorial in endless mode, and we just have to rely on that, right?
That's fair.
I mean, I probably finish current level should throw an exception if you're in endless mode, and say like, hey, what the fuck are you trying to do, right? Because if you don't have like a static check for that, like a runtime check would make sense.
Yep. Well, in fact, that function is only called by this, so
yeah. So it might be fine.
Yeah. Do we? I see. Otherwise, we do this on. That makes sense. Yep. I think originally I had it as I damaged the enemy by 1, didn't I? That was like that was my previous tutorial out. Was like it's an enemy with 1 health and it takes 1 damage.
Yeah, I tweaked it because it was weird that the health part like went to 0 and then you went to the next thing.
No, I think that this is the same hack but much better. Okay, so I'm just trying to think about what the right structure for this is.
Are you gonna like? Is endless mode going to reuse the existing levels, or is it more that we just want to do random moves with different characters?
I mean, I'd be happy starting with it's 1 character forever until you die.
Okay.
Like I think we can start there, and then like tweaking the endless mode feed of moves and characters is like a different, that's like a different function to manage.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, but let's start if it's fine if it's like red dude shooting a slow attack at you forever.
Okay.
And
Let's do it.
red dude's health never goes away. Yeah. Basic script. Yeah, I guess I'm trying to wrap my head around, should this actually be a totally different state machine? I think you're right that it should. Yeah.
It depends. Like either the trade-off is like the separate state machine will be long run clear, but it's also like we have to invent a whole new abstraction for it that may be like Yagni, you know.
Yeah.
The alternative to having like a separate state machine is to incestuously mix the states in the same machine that we're doing right now. And then also in the update gameplay state, because both modes are going to use gameplay, we're going to have like if it's endless mode, do this. If it's normal mode, do that. But we're going to have that a version of that anyways, because like there is some code in update gameplay that will be shared between the two modes, right? The things that like check for parry collisions, the things, unless we factor it out, it's going to have to be factored out somewhere, right? Yep. It might just be like a combat controller that does that, and that gets updated from the various state update functions, right? I think maybe what we're looking at is like, this is the wrong place. The game manager is the wrong place for this code.
This, yeah, all of this is actually could be a side effect passed into it.
Yeah, and then what the combat controller, like it returns an enum value saying like, is it over? Did the player die, or did the enemy die? You know what I mean? Like it's it's not even a mono behavior. It's just some other class that we keep calling update on, and it returns like, okay, well, what happened in the as a result of combat? Something like that.
Yeah.
By the way, this whole question of how to factor this logic is like
the forever question.
The painful thing about game programming, in my opinion. Is like when you get right down to it, like where, like how to factor the logic is exactly like what I write and rewrite all the time.
Yep. Okay, I think
if you want to do the easy thing,
I think I want to have
just like, sorry, go ahead.
I think my thought was I was gonna have a gameplay endless state. Is that the easy thing you were about to suggest?
The easy thing I was about to suggest is that gameplay is a common shared state, but I think your thing that you're doing is like a great trade-off where it's like, okay, well, we're going to do a little bit of refactoring, but we're not going to do the big refactor. We're just going to refactor the gameplay function. We're not going to refactor the whole state machine.
Yeah, I want to use as much of that as possible and then try to transition to the same failure state.
Yeah.
You can get out of the credits, can't you? Maybe not yet, but we'll get there. Okay, so let's start with let's start standard level. Start endless. Yeah, player health.
Yeah, there might be actually a common factoring between these two functions as well. Not just the init, but not just the update, but also the init as well.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
Although honestly, if you have to copy and paste twice, it's like the rule of
you gotta do it three times.
Don't repeat yourself. You gotta do it 3 times. Yeah, and that's a hard rule to stick by. Sometimes when I copy and paste things twice, I'm like, I'm gonna factor it out.
No, three is the magic number.
Okay.
Always got to be 3. And this is actually what's going to change. So
yeah, because the update doesn't do this, right? The update, the init doesn't have to do this anymore. The update can do it, right? Well, here's the problem.
Yeah.
Is that the enemy script? Like I was assuming that we would control this with a big coroutine. And maybe we still can, but it's not the same thing as the enemy script, or we have to refactor the enemy script because the enemy script coroutine lives under the enemy. and it is tightly coupled to the character model. And so if we want to rotate the character model, that means we can't use the same script.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Or we can't use the same instance of it. We can still use the same script, but something else is going to have to orchestrate the rotation of the enemies.
Right.
Which is fine because we have the update gameplay. We have the update gameplay endless function.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
yeah, okay.
that one will be we will recreate and destroy stuff. I think this is still a nit as far as. Though you know what?
That goes in the update, right?
Yeah, that goes in because you get press space to block. It's endless mode. Nobody's going to show up over here yet.
Yep.
Okay. And this says, get ready for endless.
Should this be never forget to block?
Yes. Thank you. I forgot about that.
Let's make it more subtle. Can we get rid of the brackets and just keep the capitalization that you've got?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's all caps.
Oh shit.
I could.
Yeah. We need the.
We could do that.
Do we have enough vertical space? I think we do. I think we can get 3 lines.
Let's find out.
Okay.
Oop.
I don't think it compiles yet.
I haven't defined like 10 functions. Hang on. Let's see. Wait, we have. Oh no, we need to update. Start endless. Update start endless.
It's just that little.
It's just this. Yeah.
It's just this. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we need a third game mode before we go down on this.
Line 222 is going to be state dot gameplay.
Yeah. Now you're talking. And then where is init gameplay?
The enemy's not going to exist yet, right?
No, doesn't really matter. Yep. Cool. And then gameplay endless. All right, let's see if that got my compiler errors out of here. Oh.
Oh, you're so good about running code. I would have written like triple the amount of code before I would run the game, and I would have had a shit ton of errors.
I run my code, damn it. Always run my code.
Nice.
That's pretty good. Okay, so this is happening. I can't do nothing. But
okay, that makes sense. Everything is as we expected.
Yeah. What is putting that level text up there? Level text.
The HUD has it all the time. I guess it just needs to say endless, right?
Yeah. Okay. I guess that isn't it.
I think it's just we need to expose this in the script so we can modify it, right?
Update. Because this is getting. Yeah.
Well, we could just have a.
It's only this.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. String title. I think you're gonna get a little red.
What? This is Ruby. Damn it.
Yeah.
Endless.
Love it.
Small factoring.
Yeah. No, but it's beautiful, right? That was a beautiful little change. Look how cool it is.
Yeah, I feel good about that. I'm gonna make this endless just so the scene starts with from here with endless. We can undo that later. There is
Oh, this isn't gameplay.
Okay.
Whatever. Let's just pass it again. That's fine.
Sure. Yeah, I mean this is like very easy to get at, right? That's always there. Fine. Yes.
If anything, probably update HUD shouldn't be doing this. There should be another function, or it should just be like the initialization of the level that does this, right?
I was gonna say start standard level maybe. And it starts standard level, which does call update HUD, and then actually maybe we do that right here. Yeah. Because I don't think you have to do this more than once.
No, not per game state. Yeah.
Cool. Great. Let's level
Just
number text.
cut that. Yep.
Yeah. Endless. Now let's go over here, string title, which is totally unused. And then update HUD. Did I set this one more time? I did. Yeah, that absolutely does not care. Cool. That feels like it's in the right place now.
Yep.
All right. And it's start endless, update start endless. We have space. And gameplay, that looks right. So update gameplay endless is really going to be our meaty thing.
I think I have an idea actually.
Yeah.
So if you take line 290 and line 291 and then paste them.
I mean, they're always here, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Those are always going to be there. Yeah. And then I actually think that like if you scroll up, starting with the check for parry, line 245 all the way down to line 288. And then also including lines 293 all the way down to 301. All that can be in its own function. And rather than just, it basically returns an enum of 3 different modes. Either things are fine, the player died, or the enemy died.
Okay.
And then you can call that from both. I know we're violating our you only you have to copy twice or copy 3 times, but this is a lot of fucking code to repeat, I think.
No, I agree. And I want, this is like, getting it wrong would be bad.
Yeah.
This is about
private enum combat result, right? Or
combat. That's a good one.
Or gameplay result. Gameplay result.
Gameplay result. Yeah. Yep. Gameplay result, which is
none.
Player.
Yeah. Go ahead.
None. Player died. Enemy died.
Yep.
And
private gameplay result. Update gameplay. Oh, we already have update gameplay. We can rename that to update gameplay normal or something like that.
I'm gonna say update gameplay shared.
Yeah. Okay. Common. Yep.
Yeah, we can come back to that one.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, it's funny that these have returns in there, isn't it? Yeah. Update gameplay shared. Okay.
So and then the request next state is actually going to be exclusive to which game mode we're in. So we're not going to go to the failure state. We're going to have different states for.
That's right. Okay, so let me keep that over here for a second, because we're not going to check player health. But if we're going to return player died.
I think it's gameplay result. Yep, there we go.
And then enemy died. I like that autocomplete. And then I guess
return none.
Return none is the default. Yeah. Does C# know how to do that? Oh, it does. Damn it.
Was that an Objective-C thing?
Yeah, it's a Swift thing where it's like when your return type is the enum and there's absolutely nothing else can be, you can shorthand with just a dot into the enum syntax. It's fine.
Yeah, C#'s verbosity is not horrible.
No, not at all. All right, so this is going to be gameplay result equals update gameplay shared, semicolon, and then let's do a switch on result.
Yeah.
Case gameplay result dot player died. Case gameplay result dot enemy died. I forgot, you gotta break these.
Did the auto format never get working for your?
That's working.
Oh, it's working. Okay, great.
Doesn't work on Windows. My Windows doesn't auto format for some reason.
Yeah.
I agree. Cool.
And yeah, it'll be very similar for gameplay endless. We just will do different things, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
And maybe we're going to have standard failure and standard success, and we'll have.
Well, there is no, so standard success or success is gone here.
Yes, it just rotates the enemy, right?
Spawn new, yeah. And then yeah, I think standard failure, endless failure, because like we don't need a credit screen every time.
Yeah.
Though we're tracking max combo, maybe we do. Like, who cares? Endless mode got harder too because your health never resets. I'm not sure if we ever do. I'm not sure we need to.
I don't think we need to. Yeah, it's we could call endless mode survival mode, something like that, right?
Ooh, survival. Yeah, it is the get good mode. Yeah. If you think this game is too hard, we found it.
What's a name besides survival that sounds a little bit more self-congratulatory?
Endless survival.
Like what's like good. you're a badass kind of mode, you know, like
professional, champion.
Right. Challenge mode is, I think, what games of the mid-aughts would call it.
Boss rush.
Right. Horde mode.
Yeah. All good options. I'm gonna leave endless in there, but I like them all. Okay. So I think the only thing we need to do is actually give this something to init. What are you unhappy about? Really?
Yeah. You only put underscores in front of variables, not methods.
Fine.
Tail between the legs. It's like,
I mean, like, I guess if C Sharp's gonna shout at me about it forever. I'm not used to languages having that strong of an opinion about function names, but whatever.
It's the linter, it's not the language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The language doesn't care.
Okay, so I was thinking, I mean, should we make a levels endless file and kind of go to town on
that? Well, we could just make or just like enemy script, it's script endless or something like that. And then you can either write it as a command queue, but if it's randomized, I think it's better that it looks like the tutorial script down there. You can just copy that sort of tutorial script thing.
Cool.
And then we can just basically write straight up code to control the enemy. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, this is nice. Okay.
Yeah. Because the enemy has some functions like do this attack.
We just get to call into these, right? Or
those call the enemy function. So this is higher level than what I'm talking about.
Great.
So if you go to the enemy class, all those do is they call do attack and wait for seconds, basically.
Cool. Wind up time. And the attack command has speed.
Yeah, I should probably refactor the attack command into something a little bit like.
That's okay. So we're just going to have to feed it. Yeah, we have to feed it this much information.
Yep.
Nice. All right, that's easy. I like it. Command and then I mean do attack. Wait, is that a struct? It's 3 variables.
Yeah. It's a struct.
It's all of this. Okay.
Yeah.
How is that constructed out of? Oh, command attack has a constructor that's doing that. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
It's factored a little bit weirdly just because I think.
Yeah, this
really bothered to.
No, this thing has lived for a while, so that is okay. Okay, well, I don't know. I copied all this then. Less useful. The tutorial script is a good one to keep track of. Do we need this attack command dot motion?
It's just a helper.
Okay. It seems like a useful helper.
Well, we would need to factor those out into something common.
Okay.
And I think we should, because those really need to be.
That's standard shit.
Like,
yeah.
I kind of like, at one point I was like, I had a whole enum for these things.
I remember. I was
like, no, it's a little bit too rigid. I'll just define it in the levels function. But now that we're sort of spreading out, it kind of needs to be formalized at this point.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm gonna hold a copy of this here. Because I think we can deal with that. Do I wonder if the public enum attack motion in each of these classes is going to cause a problem? Does it get namespace under endless? It doesn't, right?
It does.
It does? Okay, great. Level dot attack. Oh, and I don't think anything actually even uses that anyway, so. I love, okay, beautiful. Cool. Wait, what was that? Oh, settings. Okay, we're gonna have to, we do need to refactor it so that works. But that is a future problem. Settings I get. Okay, so actually settings is gonna control some of that. That's nice. Okay, so going back to the game manager, let's actually get these just side by side now.
Yeah. Probably like the speeds, like what the attack motions that are defined in the levels file should probably go into the attack class itself. And the attacks, like you can only choose A, B, C, or D. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
Rather than being fully parameterized, right?
Yeah, and the way this was, yep.
So just how you have power and animation, I think there should just be a motion in there. Public enum motion alongside those three.
Cool. Yeah, that makes sense to me too. I'm gonna keep the duplicate, but that's a clear refactor. I just don't want to mess with the levels class right now either.
Okay.
So I guess updates start endless, and then the init gameplay endless. We need to create an enemy.
Are we doing it during the update, or are we doing it during the init? I don't have a strong opinion if like creating a new enemy is a state change at the game manager level. Although if it is, we probably want, like, we basically have endless. I mean, it's not terrible. The other thing was we could stick another coroutine in here, and that would be a little bit easier to reason about. The problem with coroutines, though, is they get run at different times. So it'll feel a little bit weird.
Well, I guess the
just so you know, coroutines get called after the update phase, I think.
Get called after the update phase.
So you know how like the coroutine is attached,
yeah.
it's attached to the mono behavior, right? And you'll have n number of coroutines running at the same time. Basically, the mono behavior will call the coroutines after the update is done. So actually, that's not horrible. Like we could just start a coroutine in update gameplay endless, right? We just have to make sure it gets stopped. It doesn't ever stop, right? It only ever stops if you like change the scene. So,
but if we start a coroutine and update gameplay endless, I see. On failure, it ends. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we could do like update gameplay endless. Could be an I enumerator that. No. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mixed metaphor here because like we're like every other game mode is like explicitly calling a function over and over again, and then if we do something different with gameplay endless, it'll be a little funky. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, this. Oh, does it not think this exists? Oh shit! I might need to actually like go back to Unity for a second and let it generate a meta file for that. Don't crash.
What game is that down there? That little icon?
Oh, it's probably Hearthstone.
Oh.
The only game I actually like fire up and play on a regular basis.
Is that like a Magic the Gathering?
Yeah. And it's like pretty freemium, but I haven't paid Blizzard money for it in quite a while, which is nice.
Okay.
Because they're shady.
No NFTs, but cards in the Hearthstone universe, maybe worth paying for.
I was gonna say, I feel like NFTs, I mean, it already existed, but they're not on the blockchain, so I can't take my collection to the other collectible card game that will accept those cards from a different game, which is never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly bizarre and unlikely. That I didn't expect. Cannot convert from levels attack motion to endless attack motion. Bummer.
Yeah, let's just factor it out. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Let me at least public enum motion. Grab these options and then deal with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All good. And then this just becomes a attack dot motion.
Yeah. You might even be able to do like a find and replace all in files. Command Shift F.
Oh, yeah. I'm so confused. Oh, because I see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Levels dot attack motion. Oops. And then we'll do attack dot.
Is that literally it?
No, I think there's still this one. Let's kill that.
That's not going to work
because you killed
the declaration. So you just get the declaration back to where it was, and then you can do that. So
okay,
just undo, and then now you can rename. Yep.
That is really. I thought it wouldn't actually do that to the enum because that's kind of like mangling it, but I'm glad it didn't care.
Yeah.
Okay, that's much better.
And then just save the file and it'll update. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Fucking VS Code. Hey, did you hear that JetBrains is making their own VS Code?
What does that mean?
Fleet.
What?
It's basically it's called Fleet. It's a lightweight editor that also has like a client server architecture, so you can basically like multiplayer the editor. You know?
Okay.
Very much like.
I kind of like JetBrains. Like their editor is great. It's just extremely Java. So
it is super Java, but this is their like agile VS Code to their, multiverse Visual Studio, and I'm all into it.
What is this graphic? It's like your computer, our editor, and source code. I'm like, what did your old editor do?
Yeah, it's maybe not the best. Oh, it's in contrast to this bullshit, I guess. Yeah.
Or no, they're saying they also do this.
Yeah.
Editor mode and smart mode. Wow.
But they don't have a remote mode. Oh, they do. So if you scroll down, they've got like
it keeps going.
Mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you
Cute. Go. Okay, so they're really taking it to the next level. This is nice because the VS Code collaboration has never worked for me ever.
I have done remote SSH stuff. So like I've like had an EC2 box that was running VS Code, and I would do editing on my local machine, and it worked like a charm. It was actually really good.
Yeah, there's supposed to be an easy way to multiplayer VS Code though. You're supposed to like have two people connect to the same.
Yes, CodeSpaces does that, right?
It doesn't. It's never worked for me. That's the one that really like bugs me. Because I'm like, this would be. I hate pairing on Zoom like with someone typing into my editor.
Does this website have a halo under your cursor?
Yeah, it totally does.
Oh my god.
It's a little extra. It's how they're showing that they're hip and with it.
I've never seen a website do that.
No, it's pretty good actually.
It's almost game-like.
I was gonna say maybe they had GitHub Copilot just write this website for them, and that's what it spit out.
Games have always had better UI than web pages, and I feel sad that I feel like games are kind of adopting the web design paradigm. Like the PS5 UI feels like a web designer went in and did it.
That's because it's written in React Native.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Someone offered me that job once. They were like, "Oh yeah, you want to work on the PS5 UI? It's React Native." I was like, "You got to be kidding." I'm not sure that's public. I think I have a scoop.
Oh, okay. Are you violating for NDA right now? Is that
I
what's
don't
happening?
know.
Okay, well, that's fine. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. When their mobile app is Flutter, which is
yes, I know that they like Sony has gone like hard into Flutter across their org. But
so maybe it's Flutter now. Who knows?
But why do it's because it's funny because I asked in my other like game industry Discord that I'm in of like super disgruntled people, like whether or not, because I posted the article about like Sony going hard into Flutter for like their TVs and all of their devices. And I was like, do you think that this is what the PS5 is using? And they're like, there's no way they would be running that. And I took it at face value that they were right. But if I think about it, like, why wouldn't they? The PS5 has like more than enough processing power to handle a Flutter runtime,
Exactly. Like I thought about it. I was like, I guess starting a browser on your, next generation console probably isn't that bad.
Yes, though the thing is like, do you want that running behind all of your games? Because you can't. It's not like you can blow that away, right? The OS needs to be on all the time.
What was it like? The Xbox One X like CPU reserve, like it reserved memory and CPU for. Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, yeah,
they all do it. Yeah.
Did you know? Yeah. PS3 did this as well. Like they had, PS3 had the cell.
Oh, the cell was weird.
And like one of the SPUs was always given over like multiple, like one was always audio, one was always OS.
When this is Sony reserves 100% of one core to fit. That's neat. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Memory too, though, right? And so Flutter, I could imagine. But like, what is the React Native runtime? It's got to be leaner than like an actual browser runtime, right?
I bet so.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Because you essentially just have a UI controller that's calling native libraries, right? That's ultimately what it boils down to.
I just don't understand why you would use React Native for that when you have a whole team making UIs for you. Like maybe the notion is you can develop faster if it's JavaScript.
I think that's it. I guess it does. It is running the JavaScript runtime though. It does have to have a V8 at all times, but V8's, I don't know.
Yeah, but they have a browser in there already, so like it probably already is.
Okay, yeah.
It would explain to me why they like dropped half of their features from the UI when they made a new one. They're like, I don't know why they rewrote the whole thing.
PS4's UI was better than PS5's.
Much better, much better, and it had folders, which like shouldn't be that damn hard.
Yeah.
Folders and themes. I think it's really funny when they like advertise a free theme these days and they're like, for your PS4.
The fact that there's like the tap menu and the hold menu. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
The tap PS money.
It's really dumb.
And the tap one is the one that you use to actually turn it on and off.
Mm-hmm.
But the hold menu is what you use to change it. It's just the worst.
Well,
I don't know what genius decided that they needed a whole new mode in the UI.
I was going to say I think the worst part of that was the part where it was the opposite on the previous one, where tap took you back to the home screen and hold was how you turned it off.
Yeah, but there's no auto off anymore. You have they just added it. Like they added it like at the 6-month update where you could actually turn it off quickly.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah.
It's like they don't use their own console, right?
Yeah. I really fucking wonder.
Yeah.
What happens at PlayStation? Yeah. Cool. I made this. I think it's almost playable. I just want to see it happen.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get an enemy in there. That
there's a new end. Okay, so I made the enemy in a gameplay endless with the endless script, and we can.
And you can just have them. You can have them attack. Actually, check out the command.cs class.
Okay.
If you wanted to attack, just see that yield return enemy do attack.
Yep.
And also the wait for seconds.
Yep. Like it's like, and then I gotta make an attack, and that's it, right?
Yeah. And this is where getting the attack timing to be actually correct is going to matter a lot. So I have to fix that bug that
We have
on
to
launch day.
we
On
have to
launch
swap that
day,
in, yeah.
yeah. On launch day, we're like, let's not fix it, but we need to fix it. Yeah.
We do need to fix it. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Our attack equals
Command dot attack. You can just call command dot attack.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
That's why I added that constructed there, is because I can make a little DSL. The new
attack command, yeah.
No, command dot attack. That's it. You don't even need the new.
Oh, it's static. Hooray! I love it.
Attack dot power dot medium
animation dot b, and oh god, this is shit. The motion thing is weird. Oh, I have a motion function here. It's motion attack dot
motion
yeah dot standard.
And then we'll eventually move line 17 to 23 into the attack class itself.
I agree.
Yeah, that'll be the next thing. And then just stick this in a while loop.
Yeah,
true.
And this is never going to happen.
Yep.
Okay, so if I do this, is it going to format it?
Nope. No. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't try to truncate line length. The editor, the formatter just doesn't care, which probably simplifies the code base dramatically. But TypeScript does it, and Prettier does it, and it works perfectly. So
I just say I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Never forget to block. Okay. Oh shit.
Naloth in chat asks, has Unity's lighting gotten any better? We've been using Unity for the last 6 months, so I don't think we have a good reference point to answer your question. So sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm afraid to know what was worse. I mean,
people make really cool looking games in Unity, but I guess it depends on your frame of reference.
It's especially bad because this little game jam game is totally unlit. So
yeah, we've exclusively made games that aren't lit. So
all our stuff is unlit. You're right.
Not only are we unqualified to answer Unity questions, historical questions, we are in particular unqualified to answer questions about lighting.
We're just unqualified, is what I'm learning.
Yeah,
that's fine. Why didn't this work?
Is that script actually being used right now?
So in a init, I did an enemy create with the spawn point, the script, and red dude. And that is the endless script.
Okay, so one question is I have, does standard mode work?
You're asking a great question. Because if we busted that, that would be no good.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic we didn't.
Okay, that's looking pretty good.
Attack me. Except for the circle, that was cool.
I think it's like loading the plane mesh.
Yeah, there was like one very brief second.
And that's why the parry doesn't come in. I think it's the same thing. For some reason, it's like lazy loading the mesh, which is infuriating.
It's 2 triangles.
Yeah.
How lazy?
Maybe the material is like just super fucking heavyweight. Okay, so standard mode works.
Yeah, let's say the game works, which is great.
Okay, can we then compare and contrast that to?
Oh, yeah, well let's make sure I'm even calling this function right. We update gameplay. That's good. We're not doing sheets. And then we do an enemy create elsewhere with level config. Seems pretty.
Yeah, it seems pretty stock standard. We might just have to do a little bit of debugging then.
Cool. We're doing the transition to the state too. Let me run that one more time. But I think yeah, I'll commit this and we'll have some debugging to do. I'm glad we didn't break the game, importantly.
Yeah. I'm glad we're getting people coming in because I put the Unity tag on the video. Thank you, Naloth, again for the question.
Yeah.
somebody when we were
Sorry,
during
we're
the game,
noobs.
we were doing the jam. Somebody came in and was asking a question about.
Nice.
I was actually qualified to answer it, which I was
Oh,
surprised.
good.
But
That does happen sometimes to us. It's a rare treat, but we're getting more. It's becoming more common. We're getting there.
yeah.
Okay. This is a mystery, but yeah, we're kind of at time. So let me put it in the gits. Oh, did you push your shader graph stuff, right?
I did. Yeah, we might want to make a branch anyways.
Well, I didn't break the game. Yeah, I'll put it in the branch. You're right. Okay, wait, I'm gonna stash. I'm gonna pull rebase.
Oh, you do it weird.
You do it weird. Yeah, I probably do
It's
it weird.
I make my branch first, then I get fetch, and then I rebase the branch over origin main, and then I fast
That
forward
makes
merge.
so much more sense than what I just did. Stash is like the scariest. You're just like hoping.
I guess that's
there.
where my sensibility comes from, is I just don't trust.
That's reasonable.
Stash.
Endless mode.
Oh, it's so weird that your editor is VS Code.
It's great. I save the file and close it, and my commit is made.
Yeah, it's great.
Endless mode. Zynga. All right.
Nice.
It is nice. And wait, if I go back here, even though I changed the variable, I should still be able to get into standard from here, right? Boop, boop. Except for spacebar barely working. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Spacebar is a little bit flaky in Mac, isn't it? Or at least from the editor.
At least from the editor. In the binary, it's great. I don't know what the editor's doing. Probably like doing some JIT.
There's got to be a way we can preload these meshes. I hate that. Maybe it's just in the editor, but like it's pretty consistent right now.
I haven't seen that before today, but I guess that's it's because of the new circle. Yeah.
The new shader.
Yeah.
Dang, we broke everything.
I'm a little annoyed at it. Well, we didn't ship that yet, did we? Or did you? That's in our WebGL build, right?
Oh yeah, that was the whole reason why I did it, is because of WebGL.
Oh, well, and that works. So
yeah. Have you had our stream on in the background the entire time?
Yeah, I need to get to chat.
It's fantastic. I love it. It's recursive.
It is recursive. Yeah, you can watch the stream, play the blockchain. All right, I'll put blockchain in every. How many blockchains can I run at once?
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't mute this one. No.
You can mute in the tab, right? If you go to the tab and that little
you're so clever.
Yeah.
Very necessary. Oh no, here's the question, Jeff. Can you play blockchain twice at the same time?
What do you mean?
Like, oh, sorry, can I play blockchain twice at the same time?
I think the game is set not to run in the background, right? So
that's a lot less challenging than I thought it would be.
But maybe we should make that possible and then hire a Twitch streamer to do it, to play it. Or what you could do is you could do the like the prog rock, you have two synthesizers on stage kind of thing, but you just have two computers,
two laptops.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it be, I mean, we did this to our last game. Should it be multiplayer?
No,
I don't think so.
I do think that there's a blockchain mode where it's like dual mode, where we do like a split screen.
Ooh,
and then you hit left shift or right shift and you can block twice. That would be not impossible to do.
That'd be pretty fun.
It would be.
I love it. Cool. Alrighty. Well, happy Wednesday. Thanks for coming, everybody. Cheers, Nailoth, for coming in, and sorry we couldn't answer your question.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're kind of useless, as you will find when you like and subscribe.
Useless but charming.
Yeah, we are. This is the let's say at least funniest, but I will also say best game development stream on Twitch. I mean, look at Dom's background, for Christ's sake. Look at it. It's the Aurora Borealis.
It's the Zoom default. I heard that I can actually see the Aurora up here.
In Connecticut.
They're in New York, so
okay.
I'm hoping I'm north enough. We'll see.
Yes,
because that'd be really cool. I've never seen those.
Yeah,
I mean, look right now.
I was reading in Wikipedia the other day about the Carrington event of 1859, which was like a massive solar storm.
Oh, same thing. Yeah.
And it is solar radiation that causes the aurora borealis, but this would actually have enough energy apparently to like fry our entire electrical infrastructure. And it would basically render us into like a terrible Lord of the Flies state. And
this is the plot of Assassin's Creed, isn't it?
Potentially.
There's like a solar flare that kills everyone.
Okay. And then do all like the crazy right-wing people then dominate the earth because they have the guns? Well, what would we do? Do we need to like...
Well, this is why we have the Socialist Rifle Association.
That's what I was going to say. Do we have to join the SRA? Like, and if so, like,
they're weird.
They're weird. And then I think socialists would just kill each other, right? They would do the job of, because they don't really have.
I see you've experienced leftist infighting before.
It's because we don't have real solidarity. We have performative solidarity.
Oh,
like.
You're cracking open a new can of worms on the stream, but I'm into it.
Right-wing people have church and they have all these things that they actually share in common and they're willing to defend each other on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird to be defined by opposition to a bad thing, instead of having sort of like the crusade that you're on. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna look at the Aurora, maybe.
Okay, enjoy,
and someday we'll be fried back to a prehistoric state by it. So hooray!
Yeah, well, better that than like climate change forcing it, right?
True that.
I want to have trees if I'm going to be in the in the apocalypse, right?
Yeah, that'd be nice. You're right.
Okay, all right. See you later, Switch.
Peace.